right, it's Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I've been looking forward to doing this interview for a long time. I'm standing here with the victorious Jake, the Barbabian Babian. How you feeling right now, my friend?
Feeling good. Great crowd tonight. Really happy to see all the support.
Bro, you just crouched down like a tiger, and the minute the bell rang, you sprinted for the man and jumped on his back and choked him out in like 30 seconds. Was that the game plan? You weren't going to let go like toe-to-toe with a bare-knuckle boxer that way. You want to just use your grappling, right?
I was hoping to go toe-to-toe. My reaction to when he got low was to obviously hop over the back. Almost lost him for a second. Got a couple elbows to the temple. I saw him go into a position where I was able to secure the choke. I held on to it. But I was prepared to stay on the feet. I'm just very grateful, that, he went out so easy.
Yeah, and also I'm sure you're really grateful that he took the fight to begin with, because you had your opponent drop out last minute, and then Kiali is another fellow Islander, right? And so to fight a guy from Hawaii, a real respectful and great martial artist, that's got to be a really excellent source of pride for this fight as well, right?
Yeah, you put that very well. I want to say, I have the most respect for KLE, taking a fight on 6 days' notice, coming out from Scottsdale, Arizona, originally from my island, Hawaii. It's from the east side. I'm from the west side. We used to scrap growing up, so to get paid for it now, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I bet you do, man. And it was cool you called him out, because he took this fight on short notice to come into your home territory, and he said, "Hey, let's take the gloves off." And you think you might go bare knuckle with him one day?
These are just to protect the other guys. I don't need none of that shit.
Man, this is a real martial artist. So what's next for you now? Finally you got the fight. The last two opponents have dropped out on you. Finally, you got back in there. The relief must be incredible. What are you going to do? Enjoy the holidays, but take no time off training, I assume.
Joaquin Garcia, you should walk your ass up over to this cage, pulling out on me 2 times, baby. Don't fuck with my money.
You think you want to take Joaquin Garcia? Are they going to let him? I thought he was banned.
Kyle Neal's banned for pulling out, but also, Joaquin, you ain't going to get none of this. You keep ducking me. Come get on the poster again. Let's go.
Okay. Joaquin, the call-out's been made. Jake Babian wants you. So what? Besides that, what do you got planned for this evening?
Man, I've been in a 12-week camp. I've trained very hard. I've been very disciplined. Now I'm going to go have some drinks, enjoy my time with my family. And, I'm just going to take it all in, because this is a big moment for me as well. And I'm just proud to be able to come out with no damage.
Yeah, it's like back-to-back camps for you, right?
Yeah. I just want to say thank you up next for pulling through with the opponent. And thank you to everybody who's came out to support.
Everybody was here to support you, man. This is like one of those cards where everyone stayed till the final fight. And it was like 15 fights. Way to close the show, my brother. Fantastic. We're so proud of you.
Always good to see you.
Friend of the Old and New Money Podcast, Jake Babian.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Ah! All right, this is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the man, Curtis Millender. How you doing tonight, brother?
I am great, man. Alive and breathing. I'm good.
Yeah, 185-pound champ here in UNF, legendary fighter. Probably one of the biggest, most well-known names in this organization right now. This is an amazing night of fights. I'm really glad you came to show up. Anybody on this card that you know personally?
I got Drake. It's one of my former teammates. Really good kid. Ready for him to, see what he can do tonight. Jake Babian, he's fighting a former opponent of mine. So
let's talk about that. So Kiali is going to be fighting Jake Babian, and he was on our podcast this week, and he said, I want to win this belt. I want to win it against Babian tonight. And he kind of called you out a little bit. And, so what do you think about that?
I think it's dumb. I usually don't want to get hit by a car twice, struck by lightning twice, shot twice. It's dumb. But I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker. So, if he wants to get beat up again, this time I can kick him. Like, he only had to deal with a part of me. So.
Did you box him the first time?
Yeah, we did the bare knuckle boxing.
Oh, at BYB.
Yeah, it was in California, so we had to wear the training MMA gloves. But he didn't stand a chance in, and he was so small. Like, it's just.
He looked pretty big compared to Babian when I saw the stare down.
I look pretty big compared to Babian. That's the big dog. I'm the big dog. We in the big dog's house.
So do you have a fight on the schedule now for UNF?
Not for UNF, but I have a boxing fight coming up January 27th here at Commerce. It's a tough fight.
Who's your opponent?
His name is Umar. He's an undefeated Russian kid, 8-0. It's a good step for me to see where I am in this combat world. I'm just here to test myself in every form of combat. I can't call myself the baddest dude in the building if I'm not truly the baddest dude in the building in any discipline. So that's what I'm here to prove.
Man, this is an absolute warrior. Curtis Millender, thank you so much for taking a quick interview with us tonight. It's really awesome to have you here tonight. And let's see what happens with Kiali tonight. Maybe he might be calling you out in the ring.
I know, man. I would love the drama for him to win, but, I think Jake smashes him in one. So,
All right. We'll be watching that one real closely. Thanks again, brother. Enjoy the evening. All right, this is Steve with the Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the winner of tonight's Absolute War, a kind of a grudge match, Arshag Dadourian. How does it feel, brother? It was an amazing win tonight. Tell me what's going through your head.
Man, it's just so much relief. There was a lot of pressure for this fight. So much bad blood. Walking away with an L was not possible tonight. So I'm glad I went out there. I did what I did best, and I just performed.
You were slick. I have to say, your kickboxing looked good. Your wrestling looked good. You were good everywhere in there. Matthew never got his game off at all. You absolutely dominated that fight. Was your game plan to strike a bit in the beginning and then shoot? Because it looked like that's how most of the rounds went.
My whole game plan for this fight was just to make it a wrestling match, but my coaches and I truly believed that I was just better everywhere, so I had no problem standing on my feet. If it was a kickboxing fight, I would have taken the fight too. I'm fine fighting wherever. I think I'm so balanced that I'm the true embodiment of a mixed martial artist because I know how to mix things up.
When you were throwing punches at him, I saw almost like hatred in it. You were punching with some bad intentions. It looked like you just came in there a lot more aggressive than him. It really showed. Obviously, there was, like you're saying, some bad blood, a little bit of drama at the weigh-ins and everything too. But when the fight was over, you gave respect to him because he stepped in the cage. I really like to see that. How do you feel about Matthew now that the fight's over, the bad blood, you got what you wanted, right?
Yeah, I got what I wanted. It's all bad blood leading up to the fight, but we're men, we're warriors. We both know that once we get in there and we squash that beef, the beef is over. It ends right here tonight. And now I'm sure he doesn't want to be friends with me, but we're even. We're cool.
Yeah, and as a man, what is a fight like this with all this bad blood? And I think there was probably more people here to see you than any other fighter. All those kids in the front row, like your students and everything too. For your legacy, right? What does a fight like this mean for your legacy as a man? What are you going to take from this win back to your team, back to your family?
It's amazing because, like you said, all the kids cheering in the front row. I'm one of their coaches, A lot of them come to us. They were bullied at school. They had to move schools, and they just want to learn how to protect themselves. So for me to go out there and show them that you could step up to your bullies. Like, this guy was talking so much trash about me, and I wasn't really saying anything all leading up to this fight. I went and showed them, man, you step up to your bully, you're going to beat the shit out of them every time. Don't be scared of anyone. Have belief in yourself, because a lot of times people don't even know their own strength. But once you start to believe in it, then the whole world knows it's there.
Yeah, you handled the pressure really well. Honestly, I didn't see you take the bait at all online when he was trying to, get at you and stuff. You did an amazing job handling the pressure, and when you got in the cage, you absolutely shined. You were completely dominant in there. I have to ask you, what's up next? I know you had a great response when they asked you. You said, "I am." You're up next. But in all serious, what's your plan? You trying to fight again soon? How you feeling?
Yeah, I had so many fights canceled on me this year. My last fight was in January, and I've been scheduled to fight every month since.
I remember we talked about that. Everyone's dropping out on you since January. This guy's been out.
So it's nice to finally get in there, knock whatever make-believe ring rust I might have had on me. But I want to get back in here maybe as soon as possible. Maybe the January card or February card. I want to be back in here. I'm back to work on Monday.
I love it, man. Yeah, so do us a favor, shout out your team one more time and give us your IG so everyone can follow you.
My IG is Arshag.Dadourian. Everybody make sure to go follow me. Shout out Team Hayastan MMA, my head coach, David Roberts. My training partner, fucking Rayshawn Rowland.
We got the Slim Reaper here, too. Teammate Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper right here, one of my favorite teammates. We worked together so hard for this fight, and he's just as up next as I am, if not fucking even further ahead of me.
Hey, this guy right here is an extremely hard worker, man. We've been working everything he did tonight, and he executed it, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. All love to this guy. It's his moment. I'm going to get off this, and I'm going to let him enjoy his moment. Much love.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Yeah, and last but not least, shout out to my sponsors, Ishu Law, Stizzy, and See Me Spine and Wellness. Thank you, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
A real humble guy. He handled the pressure. Arshag Dadourian. Go enjoy this with all these fans are here for you, brother. And not a lot of people know this, but This is the first fighter that the Old and New Money podcast ever interviewed for Up Next. So it was awesome to see you finally get in there, man. We're going to see you again real soon. This is Steve with the Old and New Money podcast. I think this is probably going to be my favorite interview of the night. I am here with the winner and now the lightweight champion of the Up Next organization, Izac Enriquez. My brother, congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
Appreciate it, brother. I'm feeling great. You know, like I told her, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad this is the first time that my family come see me, and I'm glad I showed out for them. I'm excited to go celebrate with them.
So at Club UNF 2 months ago, this guy took a fight on 1 day notice for the 2 days notice for the interim lightweight belt, and he fought against a guy with like 6-7 fights. He had one fight walking in there, right? And he
Sacrificial lamb.
yeah, they put him in as a sacrificial lamb, but he's got the poison touch in that right hand. He put this guy down against a really tough opponent and walked out of there with the belt, with the interim belt. And now he went in there against Jairi Baker, who's a phenomenal athlete, just great fighter. And after 3 rounds, he was managed to get this decision. And I have to say, I absolutely agree with the judge's decision. You did win that fight, man.
Yeah, I did. He took me down a couple times, but I kept reversing it. I was using my jiu-jitsu, reversing it, shooting subs. I almost subbed him a couple times.
Yeah, you almost had like a darts like 3 or 4 times.
2 darts. Yeah, that's my bread and butter. So now everyone knows.
Yeah, watch out.
Before no one knew, I was knocking everybody out. So, but now people know I can grapple. Yeah, that's my strong suit, actually.
So 3 months ago, you had 1 fight. Now I'm standing here. Now you got 3 fights, and you're holding the belt. Beyond how good this must feel, you know, as a martial artist and everything, what does this feel like just as a man? Just stepping up, facing the pressure that must have been on you. Think about and really, I want you to try to tell us, what does this feel like going forward for your legacy, you know, as just a human being?
Yeah, no, my legacy, you know, I like to think of this time like my dad was an immigrant, you know, he worked his ass off, gave me an opportunity to do this. And I'm not like everybody else, you know, I chose to, take advantage of the opportunity. And I think about that all the time especially when I'm doing this, you know, give it all my all, don't give up, face it, have courage, have some balls, you know. Even though you may feel scared, you know, you got it, man. You have to believe in yourself.
Were you feeling some fear leading up to this one, or some?
Man, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Everyone's scared, but you know, you got to just, you know, be a man. You know, face your fears, look them in the eyes, and you know, say I'm better than this man.
Man, that was really well put. I think you have an amazing future. It's been incredible for us because we've got to see both your fights Up Next now. We've interviewed this guy a couple of times. And I can tell you're starting to get even more comfortable on camera and talking in interviews.
It is. It takes practice, you know. First time,
Me too.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but you know, I'll get better at it, just like everything else.
Hey, we're all growing together, man, and you are absolutely just like the shining star of the lightweight division now. We got D. Simone.
I was ready for Christopher London.
D. Simone just won. Oh man, first round. Okay, we're gonna get him next, bro. Go celebrate with your family. I'm so proud of you, brother. This is incredible. We'll get you back on the podcast again to really talk a little more in depth. I want to hear a little bit more about your backstory with your family and everything, because you have so much to offer the world. You're so inspirational. Congratulations, man. Go enjoy the night. And please just make sure to shout out your IG and your team so everyone can find you and follow you.
Yes. Shout out to OG Training Center and 10 Planet Riverside. That's my family. And my Instagram, Izac_Enriquez.
Bro, you're doing everything right. Just keep going, keep rock and rolling. We're going to watch you all the way. This is Steve with the Old and New Money podcast. I am here with the victorious Aiden Ibarra. Aiden, that was a real close decision that you won in there, but you walked away victorious. How does it feel right now?
Feels good. You know, it was definitely a little too close to comfort, but, you know, I felt like I got the most, I did the most damage, and, you know, I felt like I won.
Yeah, I mean, Gregor is really tough. This is the second time I've seen him fight. He's a real scrappy guy. How did he feel when he was on your back? That whole second round, you were wearing him like a backpack. That seemed like the toughest round for you, right?
It was actually wasn't too bad. I kind of felt winded a little bit after the first, but yeah, I mean, that guy wasn't too heavy, but, you know, I just kind of had to weather the storm and just gotta suck it up, you know.
Yeah, first fight of the night too, and that adrenaline dump is real after that first round. Is that what was going on? You felt like maybe the adrenaline caught up with you?
Yeah, definitely. But you know, it's part of the game. It's part of the sport. You know, I got to get used to it. So.
And remind me, your school, KD MMA, right?
MMA, yes, sir. Coach Karen Darbian and my kickboxing coach Jose Ortega.
Would you say the fight went as you had planned? That you thought that he might want to try to shoot the whole time? Because that's what he's known for, a lot of rear naked choke finishes, right?
Yeah, I knew he was going to be scrappy. You know, I've seen all his fights. But I mean, when I landed with my right hand, I knew he felt it. I knew I landed more knees. So I kind of felt him wince a little bit towards the second and third round. But I feel like if it was 5 minutes, I feel like I would have taken it. I feel like I would have finished him.
Yeah, with these 2-minute rounds, right? It just goes so fast, right? So when you train, are you training 2-minute rounds?
No, we usually train 5-minute when we're doing MMA sparring, 5-minute rounds, and we usually do like 6 rounds every Wednesday morning. So if anybody wants to come to Kitty MMA Wednesday mornings. You know, we always need bodies, so come check it out.
What's up next for you?
What's up next? I'm planning on maybe dropping down to 155. I made weight. I was 165 when I weighed in, but I feel like I can make 155. I just got to diet down, you know, lay off the cheeseburgers, lay off the Coronas, you know, so it's easy, just discipline.
Well, you earned a cheeseburger tonight, right? Burgers, double cheese, right? Some Coke with ice.
There's some shots, definitely, but
What are you drinking?
anything cheap. Cheaper the better. And
You like-
plastic bottle.
They got these micheladas over there, look delicious.
Okay, definitely. First round's on me.
All right, brother. Congratulations on the win. Aiden Ibarra, victorious. First fight of the night, UNF 14. This is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the victorious Ian Juice Miller. Won a 3-round decision, and he actually dominated, I think, every round. Phenomenal work, brother. How you feeling?
I'm doing great. It's an amateur fight, so I'm nothing too proud of. Once I go pro, I start racking up its victories, getting those belts. That's when I'll be happy. Until then, we're going to go home, watch the film after this, break it down, start drilling tomorrow.
I got to say, your wrestling is phenomenal. You were on top almost the whole time. You're a really big bantamweight. Did you cut a lot of weight for this fight?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I honestly don't cut that much. I'm a professional. I've learned from Coach Cal, everyone at the T-Lab, from TJ Dillashaw, Juan Archuleta, Jose Shorty Torres. Those guys are my mentors, and they showed me how to do it the right way, and I did it that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you got to do what you got to do to win. Just looking at you and Adam in there, you had a lot of bulk on him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he came in at 131. I mean, that's 4 pounds under. I came in at 135, championship weight. But no disrespect to him. I mean, maybe he's a 25er in the future. He's a tough son of a bitch, so, fair play to him.
Yeah, maybe he's actually a smaller bantamweight.
Yeah, and there's people like that. I mean, like I said, my mentor, Jose Shorty Torres, he was a 25 champion. Now he's a 35 champion at Brave. I mean, it doesn't matter what size you are. It's about that dog in your heart.
Yeah, and you had it, man. You were on top of him. It was really vicious. I got to say, too, Adam, his striking, I think is really quite good. Holy hands. You know, he's very accurate. It looked like he caught you a couple times in there, but you're feeling good, no damage?
No damage. I mean, he hit me maybe once or twice. I hit him with a dirty head kick. He's tough kid. Didn't do much damage to me, but I didn't give him a chance, and that's the way I play my game is I'm going to dominate the whole time and make you swing and miss. And sure, he maybe hit a couple, but fair play. Those are 2 I'll give him.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to see an Irishman win. I'm an O'Connell myself, right? So congrats, brother. Enjoy the evening, and you want to shout out your IG and your team.
Yeah, my Instagram, juice.mma, my team, OCRTC, and my sister, Kira, happy birthday.
Ian Juice Miller with the win. Phenomenal work tonight, brother. Go enjoy the evening. This is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with UNF bantamweight Aiden Ingram. How you doing, my friend?
Feeling good. We just had Ian Miller, our very own from Orange County Regional Training Center, have go through a 3-round grind fest, smash some kids. So we're ready. I think he's ready to go pro pretty here soon. Up next.
He seems like he's ready to go pro. And you know what? I think you might be pretty close behind, right? You've had 3 fights now, right?
I'm 3-0 in pro. I made my pro debut or my UNF debut last month. Called out the champ Gianni. I guess he's fighting somebody else tonight, but I'll be watching closely. So I want to make some names, make a name for myself here up next. You know.
Yeah, my mistake. You're already pro, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. Yeah, so many fighters on this roster. It's hard to keep track, right?
That's why I gotta get these knockouts and make myself stand out. You know what I'm saying?
Your last victory, we were here for UNF 13, and you actually had a phenomenal fight. You know, so you're feeling good, or you didn't take any damage that last time?
No, not at all. I came in to do business. Came out, and I called out the champ Gianni. At 125, I'm here to beat the best. I'm not here to have gimme fights anymore. Like I did that as an amateur. I want to fight the guy with the gold. I don't go into a wrestling tournament wanting to be number 2. I go into a wrestling tournament to be number 1. I'm a fan of Gianni. I really like his style. I love how he takes away from Brandon Moreno and his movement. He throws a lot of flying knees. He's got okay, slick jiu-jitsu, but it would only be an honor for myself to be that ticket for him to be in the UFC or my ticket to the UFC. But I know that ticket relies on the belt, and Gianni's got that belt. So, yeah.
That's what I like to hear, guys who want the toughest possible fights, right?
I'm not here to have gimme fights anymore. Like, I spend that time developing myself as an amateur. I'm here to fight the best. If it's Gianni, if it's his boy Ricky Simone, if it's freaking Piotr Jan or anybody, Brandon Moreno, I want to fight the best. I'm here to fight the best.
This man just called out Piotr Jan, right? That's what we like to see. Fight anyone, anytime. Aiden Ingram, UNF bantamweight. This guy's gonna be on a tear. Hey, come on, bring the whole team in, right?
What's up? We're taking over the world. We got the 35 champ pro, and then I'll be taking out Gianni, taking out the trash. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it.
Whoever's 35, let's do it. Let's run it.
These guys are ready to fight already. You know, you can go back in maybe January. Who knows?
Next week.
We have it next week. I'm fucking game. Let's get it.
God, I love it. I love it. All right, guys, enjoy the evening. Congratulations. You don't have any other teammates on the card tonight?
Not yet, but we're going to have some names coming, so you watch out.
Orange County RTC represent. You know what I'm saying?
Scary crew. All right, we're going to be seeing a lot of these guys in 2024. Good luck, Bryce. This is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with Israel Salazar. Israel just actually suffered a defeat against Pargev in the rematch, right? And then at Club UNF in October, was it, right? We actually... Personally, we call it like we see it. We felt you won the first fight, but
lost the second one.
Say it again.
Won the first one, lost the second one.
But the judges gave Pargev the victory, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think we need to see a trilogy.
Yes, most definitely. He's a great wrestler, but outside of wrestling, he has nothing to offer me. The strikes, I was on him all night. Couple shots hurt him really well. Kicks to the body hurt him really well. I just gave up a few takedowns and waited too long to get back onto the feet. But you give me a third round, a fourth round, maybe even a couple more minutes, and the kid was tired. He was tired. But it was a great fight, great fight. Shout out to KD MMA. They got some great guys over there. Shout out to Team Millennium. Shout out to Team Original Grappler. We train the best, right? We train the hardest.
What do you think you got to do to get this trilogy? Because it's like, you think Pargev's going to give it to you?
No, I gave him the rematch real easy. I think this time around, he doesn't take the trilogy. I think if he's smart, he knows that if he can't find nothing more than wrestling, he has nothing for me.
But, bro, this is your opportunity. Call him out. Let him know why he should give you that trilogy.
Oh, Pargev, bring the trilogy, brother. I mean, let's go. You know I won the first one. You know I won the second one. Bring the third one, brother. Let's go. I'm always ready. I'm prepared. When's the next fight? When's the next fight? When's the next?
No damage on him right now. He's ready to go right now. It looked like at the end, was it the third round? There was a little cheap shot there.
Oh, yeah, right there at the end. Tempers are flaring. Men are going crazy. But I love the energy, right? It's all good. It's all love.
You guys are great competitors. It was an awesome fight. Very entertaining for the crowd. We've seen these guys now go 6 rounds, go to war. So there's kind of a bond between you, I guess you'd say, in some way.
Oh, a little love-hate, right? A little love-hate. Definitely a little love-hate. But I definitely respect him as an opponent. Think he's a great fighter. Let's go again. I'm ready to go again. Whenever, wherever you guys give me time, date, location, and my team will come. We are come prepared.
All right, Pargev, you hear that? Israel. I'm talking to Pargev right now. I know that. Pargev, Israel wants the trilogy. Give the people what we want. Come on, brother. All right, and we're out. Thanks, brother. This is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the victorious Amin Derakhshan. It was a tough war in there, brother. You're still out of breath. How you feeling?
Feeling good, definitely a tough one. He's a game opponent. Nothing but respect to him, but I'm glad my hard work paid off and I made the right changes to my game I had to.
What kind of changes are you talking about?
Staying focused, staying patient behind my hands, not just trying to rush for the takedown. It's 2-minute rounds, so there's only so much time you can have to set stuff up, but I think just actually pacing myself out and waiting for the right opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw you. You're really good with your hands, man, but also your wrestling is phenomenal. It seems like you stuffed most of his takedown attempts as well.
Yeah, I just want to keep him guessing with the takedowns and just keep him on the defensive the whole time. Yeah.
And so the game plan going in here, was it to try to stay on the feet?
No, he's a pretty decorated striker. I knew that going in there. I knew that it wasn't in my best interest to just go in there and try to bang with him. So I for sure knew I had to play to my strength to try to take him down, grind him out.
Right on, brother. Well, it was a phenomenal win, and what do we think we're going to see next from you in the cage?
Hopefully, I'm going to try to stay really active next year. As soon as I can, early next year, February, March. We'll change it up even more, get more active with the hands, hopefully start becoming a threat on the feet to finish these guys. I got to start becoming dangerous everywhere. Yeah.
Thanks for coming over. You just did 2 interviews in a row. This guy was in a real war. I can tell he's still huffing and puffing right now. Go enjoy the rest of the night. Before I let you go, please shout out your Instagram and your team and your coach.
Yeah, first and foremost, Team Oyama, baby, best in the game. Coach Coleman, Coach Wes, and my corner, Romy Adonza and Lisa Malden. All the teammates. That's Team Oyama at Irvine. And my Instagram, Amin._.Derakhshan. Give me a follow. I'll appreciate it.
All right, Amin Derakhshan, another winner tonight for UNF 14. Thanks a lot, brother. Go enjoy the night. Okay, this is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the victorious Pargev Khachatrian, right? Did I pronounce it right? Sorry, bro. Yeah. He won in a war with Israel Salazar in the rematch right now. How are you feeling after this?
It's rematch match for rematch արի ոնց ես զգում հիմա որ շահիր
Ես ինձ հոյակապ եմ զգում շատ լավ ու էդի շնորհիվ իմ կոմանդի շատ շնորհակալություն իմ բոլոր պարտներներին, տրեներներին ես շատ լավ եմ զգում Մերսի
He's saying that he feels very good and he's very thankful for the coaches and the training partners that he has and he hopes to continue his winning streak.
A real nice, respectful guy, but, in the ring there, not so much respect between these guys. There's a bit of a rivalry now. They fought at UNF 12, Club UNF, and, we call it like we see it. If I'm being very honest, I felt that was a very close decision, and we actually thought maybe Israel had won that fight, but the judges had given it to Pargev, but he was so respectful, he offered him the rematch, right? And now he's come in and he actually, for sure, the judges gave him that one. What do you think? Will we maybe see a trilogy?
Ասում եմ որ յանի ձեր մեջ մի տակություն կար էլի կռվից հետո ասում եմ բայց իր աչքերով ոնց որ Իսրայելը շահեց բայց ավելի շատ ջաջերը քեզ տվին ու շատ հարգանքով էր վերջում հա ասում եմ կարող է երրորդ կռիվը ձեր մեջ տենանք
Ինչու այդ հարգանքը չկար որովհետև ինքն իմ ձեռքը չսխմեց ամենասկզբում ու ով որ իմ ձեռքը չի սխմում ես իրան պետքա ամենտեղ նակազատ անեմ նենց որ Ես հաղթել եմ երկու բոյում էլ ու ես ուզում եմ արդեն առաջ գնամ ինքի իմ համար անցած պատմություն ա ուղղակի
He's saying that the only reason he didn't have respect for him is because in the very beginning when he took his hand out to shake it Israel didn't really shake it so he's like if no one's going to really show me respect and shake my hand they're not going to get the respect they deserve and he's like we already fought 2 times and I'm just going to move forward and get more wins
Yeah, well, you had the win, so you get to do that.
Ասում եմ որ յանի կռիվը ունի յանի շահիր ու դու կարաս այդ անես եթե շատ ուզես յանի առաջ գնաս քո
Հա ինքի իմ համար անցած պատմությունն է ես երկու անգամ իրան հաղթել եմ ու էլ ոչ մեկին ապացուցելու ոչի բան չունեմ ես գնում եմ առաջ թող ինքը իր ճանապարհով ես իմ ճանապարհով
He's like I got nothing to prove he's like I already won twice and he's like it's his life let him do what he wants I'm going to go my way he's going to go his own way
Yeah, I really like that. And Israel was up here before we interviewed him, and he is a respectful guy, and he gave Pargev respect. He said the guy's a great competitor, and he does have a lot of respect for you.
Ասում եմ որ Իսրայելը սեղեկել էր ու յանի հարգանքով էր յանի քո հանդեպ լավ բաներ ասել որ յանի շահել ես բանը սարել շատ լավ կռվող ես ու yeah
Ես շատ հարգանքով եմ մոտենում իմ բոլոր հակառակորդներին ու կռվից հետո էլ ինչքան էլ որ մենք իրար չհասկացանք, բայց ես մոտիկացա իրան ու ասացի որ մերսի որ դու կաս ես սպորտում, որ դու ինձ օգնում ես, ես առաջ գնամ, նույն ձև ես եմ քեզ օգնում. Only respect.
He's like I have respect no matter what even towards the end of the fight like no matter what happens between us I will always have respect and like he wishes him the best and he doesn't want nothing bad towards anyone.
Well, thank you. It was a really entertaining fight for sure. The fans absolutely loved it. What are we going to see next with Pargev? When's he going to be back in the cage?
Ժողովուրդը շատ են սիրել կռիվը, յանի մյուս բանը ինչ կլինի քո որ դու առաջ գնաս էլի։
Իմ մյուս քայլը կլինի այն ինչ որ կասի իմ մարզիչը, ես պատրաստ եմ ամեն մի կռվի թող իմ մարզիչը ասի գնացինք, ես պատրաստ եմ, let's go.
He's saying he's ready for anything. He's always ready, and whatever his goal is and whatever is set for him, that's where he's gonna go towards. And just the more wins and keep the winning streak going.
Well, all right, Pargev Khachatrian, excellent victory. Congratulations on winning the rematch, and much respect for giving Israel the rematch. I think that was a really honorable thing to do.
Շնորհավորում եմ որ կռիվը շահեցիր ու ասում եմ յանի I'm giving you the respect հարգանքը տալիս եմ քեզ որ rematch-ը վեկալար
Շատ շնորհակալություն ես շատ հպարտ եմ որ այս լիգայում եմ հանդես գալիս ու հպարտ եմ որ առաջին ռևանշ մաչը ես եմ հաղթել
He's saying thank you so much for this organization, thank you so much for everything, and he's very thankful for the win and that he's won and everything. He's very thankful for it.
Yeah, a real lot of gratitude, a lot of respect. I really appreciate you, Pargev. Great job tonight. Thank you, sir. All right, and we're out. I am here with the victorious Shaffi Farah. Shaffi, you just went in there and had an absolute war with Kester Abad. Unbelievable moment. This has got to feel so good right now.
Yeah, 2 years out for me. It feels amazing. I had surgery in April. There's a lot of things that happened in this camp. I broke my nose a week ago in training, and my knee's been bothering me, but there's no way I was pulling out. I had too many pullouts and injuries before. I just fought this one out. Kester scared me accepting this fight. He's long, tall, something different, good striker. So it was just technical. I wish it was more of a show, but it wasn't. It's okay.
Hey, it was an excellent show for the fans. I mean, everybody in here was watching. They were on the edge of their seats. It was a phenomenal time. Tell us what this means for you now as a fighter in your future. You know, he's come out of a war with a really scary guy who has he could have sniped you and taken you out at any moment, but you really handled his kicks. He was, I think, more dominant with kicks, but it looked like your ring generalship was just on point, right?
Yeah, that was the game plan. My coach Samir and Joey, the guys with me in my corner, we wanted to keep the pressure on him, pull the big shots out, and then when he comes in too desperate, clinch him against the fence. But 2-minute rounds, there's not a lot of work I can do. Just pin them there, safely won it. But next time I'll be back at up next and get hopefully a KO. I want to fight the champ, so that's the goal.
What does this mean for you as a fighter? Not just as a fighter here you won tonight, but like in your life. You know, you came from Virginia to do this. This is a big stepping stone on just the beginning of a huge career, right?
Yep. It means a lot. I teach a lot of kids back home that were staying up late in Virginia. They're 3 hours obviously ahead, but shout out to them. It's a big moment in my career. I appreciate everyone supporting me and everyone in Somalia back home as well. Alhamdulillah, I won this one and I got it out of the way. And I appreciate Up Next. They've been nothing but unbelievable. They take care of the fighters, flew me out, took care of my hotel, anything I needed, they took care of it. It was a last-minute, short-notice fight, so they got my medicals and everything out of the way, so I'm very impressed with the show here, and I know they will take over this regional scene and hopefully the whole world in the future.
And you're going to be a part of that, right? And you got to understand, this guy, he took a short-notice fight, and last night, he came down and did a podcast with Old New Money Podcast. No one comes and does a podcast the night before a fight. He said yes, he was the only one to do it, right? This guy says yes to everything. I can feel like this is like a real stepping stone for you. This is a big event, right?
Yeah, it's a big moment in my career and my life. So I'll remember this, and I respect Kester a lot. Obviously, he didn't get the win, but we'll see him again, and hopefully I can even reach out and train with him next time I'm in the West Coast. So,
and that's what we'd like to see. Maybe you guys could. I think you two have a lot in common.
You said it last night. We have a lot of things in common, and I agree. You were right. You have a good way of telling that. So
not just the way that you fight, but like your heart too.
Yep. Yeah. No, he's a great guy. Holy shit. That was crazy.
Brother. Go enjoy your victory. Go enjoy the fight. Congratulations to you and your family, and we'll see you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Up Next. Thank you, guys. And I love the podcast.
All right, it's Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here. We just had the first finish of the night. I'm with bantamweight Ricardo Dias. How you doing tonight, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling very well, my friend. It's amazing promotion.
Oh, I know, man. First finish, and he just walked right over. Ricardo was supposed to fight tonight for the belt, right? But his opponent hurt his arm.
Yeah, he got an injury in the elbow, and the fight's gonna reschedule.
Yeah, but he still showed up. He's here to enjoy the evening, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he like to hang out with my friends, just look at this amazing show. It's really good.
You got any friends on the card?
Right now, no, I don't have it. Just come in like to, watch the show. Yeah.
So, all right, did they give you an idea of when we're going to see you back in the cage?
Oh, yes. I'm going to see in February I'll be here. Well, yeah. I'm going to start like how's going to be the date, and then I'm going to fight.
He's always training this guy, yeah. Ricardo Dias, he's a good friend of the Old and New Money Podcast. We got to get you on for a sit-down, another interview.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll be here for sure.
I'm sorry his fight fell through, but, man, it's a beautiful night. He's a real gem in this organization, so we'll see you back in again soon, brother.
Exactly. Soon I'll be here for sure, 100%.
One more time, make sure to shout out your Instagram for everybody so we can follow you.
Yeah, my Instagram is Ricardo Dias MMA. Just go there and follow me. You're going to see everything there.
I have a feeling we're going to see this man with gold around his waist, right, in the future? For sure.
For sure. Hey, man, I believe in that 100%.
We're out. All right, this is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with the friend of the podcast, our good buddy, Kester Abad. Kester, the fight didn't go your way tonight, but you really had an excellent fight in there. How are you feeling after that one?
Feeling great. I do feel like I could have done more. Hats off to Shaffi. He was better man tonight. He's a great fighter, and I believe that we'll meet again down the road because he's very high level, and I believe I'm very high level, so I believe we'll meet again at the top.
I agree. I feel like this fight was the start of maybe a stepping stone to. We're going to probably see you guys square off again. These are two outstanding kickboxers, right? And they're very well rounded as well. Your kicks seemed more dominant, but maybe Shaffi was had a little bit better ring generalship and a little bit better wrestling this time. Would you agree?
Yep. I believe just the rounds are so short too that it played a lot into the factor. I feel like I could have done more. Could have been more mindful of how long the rounds are and been able to up my output or my energy more. And yeah, I just believe that he's very high level and we'll meet again. So
absolutely,
be a great fight. Yep.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for you to come here. And he flew all the way from Virginia on short notice, so I'm sure you're really grateful to have a wonderful opponent like that too, a respectful guy. These guys are both have real heart, a lot of courage, and they're outstanding technicians, right? What would you say a match like this does for your legacy as a fighter?
I think it does a lot. It's just building the experience. There's no really real losses as an amateur. I believe it's all just building our experience and just trying to build our game so when we're ready a pro, we can just keep knocking them down and building our resume.
Yeah, correct. I think Shaffi and Kester have just helped each other on their road to becoming a pro, right? So it's all gratitude. It's all love. What do you think is going to be next for you, Kester? What are you going to, and I don't just mean as a fighter. How are you going to take this? It's a loss. It's tough. How are you going to take that back to your camp, back to your team, back to your family, and be a better man for the future?
Just like anything in life, I believe there's always going to be more to work on. So I can take a lot of the things that I did in here and try to use it to progress myself and my fight IQ and everything that will make me become better, not only as a fighter, but also as a person. Yep.
Kester, you're a phenomenal guy. You got a lot of heart, a lot of spirit. Excellent fight tonight with Shaffi Farah. Handling his loss like a champ, a gentleman in victory and in defeat. Have a great night. Enjoy the fights, right? A real pleasure having you here in the Up Next cage, and we're going to see you again real soon. We're out. This is Steve with Old and New Money Podcast. I am here with Porscha Coleman, actress, recording star, and star of Netflix's Dad Stop Embarrassing Me with Jamie Foxx. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting. I love MMA, I love UFC, and I love boxing, so this is the perfect place to be. And I heard you got a dope podcast. Tell me, I love it.
Old and New Money Podcast. UNF's been so good to us because what we're doing, we're looking for the new money.
I was just telling her, I was like, I need to see where the new money is at because old money, that's out. I need to know all about the new money and new ways to get it.
That's right. We're all about that new money. And you are absolutely rising star in the acting world.
I am, but I think what I'm most proud of is being a businesswoman. People don't realize that you have to be a business person. When you're an internet personality or when you're an actor, you can't be broke. And that's what I will never be, is a broke artist out here struggling. Because why? I'm a businesswoman. I got my corporation. I've got several. I'm doing some international deals. I do that for a living. But a businesswoman and a business mind is the most important thing to have when you're in this business.
And that's a really important lesson for the fighters to understand. A lot of these guys, they spend all their time in the gym. And it's one thing to be able to fight. It's another thing. You got to have your IG on point. You got to know how to sell this fight. It's show business, right, baby?
It's a show business. I tell people it's like a business. I do a TV show, but after that, you got to promote. You got to navigate these different facets in your career. Because now they ask you about your social media. I go to an audition, they care about what your followers are. So to me, you got to build that up. But then also, again, that money, don't take that check and blow it all in one place because why are you going to be broke? And that's not the way you need to do it. You got to invest. You got to be smart with your money and think about the future because stuff is short-lived when it comes to this career. Save it and invest wisely is the best advice.
Ooh, man, this is we're getting some financial advice, right? She's very intelligent.
You know what I'm saying? I like to tell people I'm smarter than I look.
You got everything, beauty and brains and a lot of talent too. And I heard your grandfather was a boxer, right?
My grandfather, shout out to Garfield Coleman. He is actually a record holder on boxingrec.com. Very talented. And he was doing that all when my mom and all my aunts and uncles were growing up. So I always had a love of boxing growing up in the household. That's where entertainment and boxing kind of meet. And I love doing sportscasting. I would be right on First Take if it was me, commentating on all these fights as well as basketball. So I'm a very sporty girl while also being an entertainer. So it's kind of cool. Like, I love this behind us.
Yeah. I'm sure acting's taking up the most amount of your time these days.
Yes, acting right now. We've been on strike for a while, but I also have a lot of singles and music out. Find my single Temptation and Unwrap Me, my Christmas single, out right now on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get music.
Shout out your IG for us, Porscha Coleman.
I'm on at Porscha Coleman across the board. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. Maybe MySpace, but I might not check it. I just got to find the login info. Yes.
I really appreciate you taking the time. So, Old and New Money podcast, Porscha Coleman. I really appreciate it. Go enjoy the Elegant Violence this evening.
Elegant Violence, I love it. And you better get that new money, because that old money, we ain't doing it.
We are all about that new money.
The new money, baby.
Thank you. This is Steven with the Old and New Money podcast. I'm here with the victorious Connor Leste. First finish of the night. How does that feel?
Feels good, man. It was we planned to finish the fight. I didn't think it was gonna come by submission, but it happened, so I'm happy.
This is a pretty decorated kickboxer. You guys got like 20 kickboxing fights, but this is your first MMA fight. To come in and win, I have to say, your fight was the first one where the entire crowd was on their feet. That's gotta feel good, right?
Yeah, man, it feels good. A little sloppy at the end of the first. I wanted to come out like unscathed, untouched, but it's like a learning experience. It's good experience. Experience is king, so we're gonna keep stacking them up.
You were doing some rope-a-dope in there. Your head movement was absolutely incredible, right? And this is from your kickboxing background.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out Sean Yakubian over at Yakubian Muay Thai. I trained there for the majority of my combat sports career, and now I'm over at Gooch. And shout out Rob Gooch for getting me right, getting me ready for MMA.
Tell me what this victory means for you tonight, not just as an MMA fighter, but your legacy as a man, growing and going forward into the future, right? This is a phenomenal event for you. Now you're very much on the radar of the UNF scene. What does this night mean for you, just personally?
Yeah, personally, man, I had planned it out to go like this. I really did, like thinking of things over during the week. I knew it was gonna be a good night for me. I'm happy it ended the way it did. I'm happy it was a submission, and I'm even happier, man, to be able to promote my own company, trying to help out athletes.
Shout it out.
It's called Bloodsport Entertainment. So we're focused on working with all combat athletes, not just MMA fighters, but getting their socials up. I think every manager, every professional combat athlete in this game knows that you ain't got much bargaining chips when it comes to negotiating. Doesn't matter what the promotion is. The only way you're going to be able to pull something is with your socials, is with viewership. And that's my goal.
That is actually what we're all about too. I would like to invite you to come on our podcast and talk about this, because we're Old and New Money podcast. We're looking for the new money. We're trying to help these fighters understand it's not just about fighting, being able to kick ass in the cage. It's about understanding that it's the whole business behind it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm trying to get that new money, so let's go.
We're all going for that new money, and you are the new money of the fight game. First MMA victory, Connor Leste. One more time, shout out your IG, your socials for us, and your team.
Yeah, it's at Connor_Leste, CONNOR_LESTE. Make sure to follow me. Hit me up if you're an athlete, you're trying to work. Bloodsport Entertainment, that's my company. And then Gooch Training Academy, that's the gym we're at, and we're coming. So let's go.
I got a feeling you're going to be fight of the night tonight, or maybe finish of the night. So congratulations, my man. Excellent work in there. We're out. All right, this is Steve with Old and New Money podcast. I'm here with the triple champ, right? Hamza Trad. Good to see you. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Having fun watching the fights here. Up next, always one of the best.
I was like, hey, Hamza, where's your belt or your belts? He's like, bro, I got too many belts. I can't be wearing them out everywhere.
Yeah, I lost count, counting my belts.
It's a good problem to have. Last week, was it? Or last week, he won the Camo State featherweight like nothing, right? And
good performance, good experience. I learned from it. Can't wait for the next.
Who is next? Because nobody seems to want to fight this guy. Every time they put a fight up for him, it's like they're all running. What's going on?
I mean, I've been on 9 wins straight in MMA, 5 wins in kickboxing, undefeated. I don't feel there is any amateur who can stay up with me right now. I believe it's time to make it for bro. professional.
You don't think there's anybody in the Rising Stars division here that would give you a good challenge? Come on, there's got to be somebody. Who's the next fight?
I already beat everyone. We don't know who's next, but maybe we'll see.
What about
me? A good offer, like a good fighter, I don't mind, you know. I just want to fight one of the best.
Well, you're right at that point now. You know, your legacy as a Rising Star is secure. You're one of the top amateurs, maybe number one in the state. Obviously, you are. You are the number one fighter in the state.
In the state, in the whole country too. Like, you know, I can challenge anyone from outside the state. You know, I don't mind.
What about a move to pro? When's that going to happen?
I believe it's coming soon, very soon. It should be as soon we turn on the next year. It's going to be new plans, everything new. And new me. New me. It's going to be...
The new you? Jesus, it's going to be scary.
We're just going to get better and better.
Make sure to shout out your IG for us and your team so we know this guy, everybody needs to keep their eye on this man. This guy is absolutely going places. His future is... We're going to be seeing a lot of them. So let us know how we can find you.
I believe I am the future of this game. I can't wait. And also you can find me on Instagram, Hamza Trad. Just type my name. On YouTube, everywhere, look me up. And I can't wait for the future.
Camo state champ, featherweight, UNF featherweight champ. What else? Come on.
Star, fighters rep. So, you know, I've been holding a lot of belts.
You got to wear them all when you come out here. We need to see all that bling, man. Come on.
I mean, I need more arms, I feel. You know, I kind of like 2 arms is not enough.
The octopus, Hamza Trad. Good to see you, brother. Thanks so much. Hamza Trad, UNF, absolute superstar. We'll see you again soon, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Steve with the Old and New Money podcast. I'm here with the people's champ, Dany Labastida. First round rear naked choke victory. How does it feel right now, my friend?
It feels amazing knowing that Coach Rage is not going to point and laugh at me at practice on Monday.
Why was he going to laugh at you?
For not finishing my opponent. He does that. We have this guy, the Butcher. He doesn't finish his opponent, so every day he shows up to practice and he just gets flipped off by Coach Rage and pointed and laughed at, and I didn't want that to be me, so sorry, Butcher.
Yeah, it's funny, like fear of embarrassment more than anything was what led you to get that amazing first round finish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so now you're going to be celebrating, I assume. You got some other teammates on this card, right?
Yeah, my teammate Tony DeSimone, you guys might know him as Anthony DeSimone, but really he prefers Tony, so call him
Tone. Big Tone.
Yes, or Tony the Tiger, you know, or Tony, like an Italian guy would say. Like that, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tony, come eat your pizza, Tony.
Yeah, Mr. Hollywood, he's got many nicknames. So, Dany, you took this fight on short notice, right? Todd Stafford was supposed to fight Zane, and I really appreciate you stepping up because we just seen you in the cage fighting for the belt against Desmond Alvarado a month ago. After that fight, you know, it didn't go your way, but you were able to turn around right away and get back in there, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm real blessed to have the opportunity to do that. You know, I know lots of fighters are out there who probably train harder than me. They're probably better people than me, and they deserve more than me, but they're probably not getting as much as me. You know, it's God knows why, but you know, it's not up to me to figure out why all this is happening. It's just up to me to enjoy it all and to share the experience with as many people as I can.
Yeah, Dany, I mean, everybody really loves you here in the organization. One thing, you know, we notice about you, it's just like you don't have a big ego about this stuff. You're very present. I don't want to get too spiritual or anything like that, but do you have any like meditation practice or anything like that that helps you to develop this very unique mindset?
I don't know. I kind of just try to quiet my mind, you know. I should meditate, you know. I feel like that's one good way to quiet your mind, but everyone thinks that like to be a fighter, you need to have a war going on in your mind at all time, and that does help sometimes, but you know, what would help more is a quiet mind.
Did you walk into Lana Del Rey today?
No, not today. I walked out to Rihanna because every time I walk out to Rihanna, I win. So I think I'm only going to walk out to Rihanna from now on.
Yeah, I think that might be a good move. It's a good omen for you to walk out to Rihanna from now on.
Thank you. You know, I like Lana Del Rey too a lot, and you know, it's my show, and I should play whatever I want. But I feel like the crowd would like Rihanna more. You know, Lana Del Rey kind of. I feel like that would put some people to sleep. No offense to Lana, she's the GOAT. You know, and all her millions of fans that are watching this. You know, we love Lana here.
We do. And the crowd loves you too, Dany. This is the people's champ, Dany Labastida. He got a first round rear naked choke finish over Zane Palacio. How was he in there? Was it a tough opponent?
That was the hardest hitter I've ever been hit by. And yeah, it was tough. You know, I wish we could have gone all 3 rounds, but I'm glad I'm not going to get made fun of now.
Yeah, Coach Reyes, right? Coach Reyes, excuse me.
Coach Rage.
Coach Reyes has nothing on you now. When you go back into the gym, he's got to respect that you did what you're supposed to do, right?
Yes, yeah.
So what do you think's next? You said you got hit hard by this guy. Did you take any damage? Are you in pain at all?
No, he only hit me to the body, and you know I was feeling them, and I was feeling I couldn't take any more of those. But now that I won this fight, I want to string 2 wins together. You know, I always win one and then lose the next, and then win the next, and then lose the next. I need to go on a win streak and earn back a title shot.
So last time you were in the cage when you fought Alvarado, you made a call out, right? You shouted out a fighter that you wanted next. Who was that? And maybe is that who you think you still want?
Well, I wasn't really trying to call him out because I'm fighting at 125 now, and he's actually fighting right now at 135. But
he's in the cage right now?
Yes, Jose Hernandez. You know, good luck to him. All respect to him. You know, I still feel bad that I had to pull out of our fight the day of, but I woke up and my knees were completely blown out. I couldn't walk. And, you know, he probably doesn't know that. He probably thinks I'm a bitch and a pussy, but I don't care. You know, I'm not taking it personal. You know, it probably did fuck him over a lot. And but if he ever has an opponent pull out and he needs an opponent late notice, he can hit me up. I'll fight him out of respect.
Yeah, Dany is a true martial artist, a beautiful heart, golden dude, the absolute people's champion. Congratulations on the win tonight. Go enjoy it with your team. Go enjoy it with your coaches. You really earned it, man. It's a pleasure to see you. And this is Dany Labastida, friend of the Old and New Money podcast. We got to get you on for another interview soon, brother.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, we're out. All right. This is Steve with Old and New Money podcast. I am here with Drake Flores. He just won a 30-27 decision. Absolute domination in there. There was not a second of that fight that you were not winning, my friend. How are you feeling right now?
Man, I feel really good. You know, I really have everything dialed in right now. I feel like my cardio felt great. I felt like I can go a whole nother 2 rounds. The wrestling felt good. The boxing was great also. He had he hit me with some good shots. He had some good counters, but overall I feel real good. I'm so happy to get this win.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed not only were you going forward most of it, but you were going backwards too. You're a good counter puncher. You were good everywhere in there tonight, man. Your game is more well-rounded even when I saw you last time. You've been in the lab doing the work, I could tell, right?
Yeah, I've definitely put in the work with Coach Chad. That was also part of the game plan, was to pull him in. We knew he was a good boxer. He was going to come forward, so I really wanted to pull out that jab hand, really get him overreaching so that I can counter, and then really get in on my takedowns, and it worked out real well.
It seemed like you were just doing whatever you wanted in there. Right away, he threw a kick, like right in the first round, and you caught it and tripped him, and I actually thought you were going to end that thing in the first round, right? But, you know, he hung in there. He was pretty durable, right?
Yeah, he was tough. Actually, a couple of those times I had him in some good ground and pound positions, but he was dodging my punches real well, and he even threw up a couple arm bars, and they were pretty close. But, yeah, you know, I feel really good, and we've been drilling everything. We just executed a game plan.
What does a victory like this mean for your legacy, not just as a fighter, but as a man? You know, when you go in and you really, really dominate like that, how are you going to take this victory back to your team and your family and just better everyone around you?
Well, you know, this is my 11th amateur fight. That's a lot more than most of these amateurs have. So I have a lot of fight experience in that cage, a lot more than him, definitely. So I was just working everything, and it was great to cap off my amateur career like that and head into the pro ranks. And speaking of family, it's my mom's birthday today, so shout out, Mom. Happy birthday. This one's for you.
And you should be proud. Your son is an absolute warrior, a real crowd favorite, too. Comes from an amazing team, a respectful guy, too. And has probably, I think we've said, the second best mustache in the UNF. Javi's got you beat, right? But, you know, he's got a few years on you, too, right? Maybe you'll grow yours out coming like in 2024. You're going to go for the mustache belt?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely coming for that mustache belt from Javi. Every day we go at it in the gym, so maybe one day I'm going to get it.
So what's next for you? When is that move to pro going to happen? Because it's like, from where I'm sitting, you're up next, man.
You know, honestly, I felt ready for a long time. This has been a long time coming. I was really just tightening everything up in the gym with Coach Chad. So I'm going to take some time off, really keep grinding, keep evolving, getting better. And then once I feel like I'm really ready to go, I'll step in there and make that pro jump.
Do you think your coaches are ready to push you there on the next fight?
Oh yeah, 100%. The pros is for sure the next move. It's just a matter of taking our time, waiting for a good debut, and my skills are there. So it's just like I said, take some time, enjoy the holidays. I've really been going after it, so I'm gonna get my body 100%, and then we'll get going.
Old and New Money podcast. Every one of us are martial artists. We all, have trained a long time. You're one of our absolute favorite fighters, bro. You're so well-rounded. You had a great charisma as well when we interview you. So congratulations on the win. Enjoy it. CMMA superstar, absolute legend, a rising star. This might be your last fight in the amateurs, so it was a real pleasure to watch you just dominate in there, man. Congratulations, bro. We're out. This is Steve with Old and New Money podcast. I'm here with Jason Jones. Unfortunately, the night didn't go his way. It was a third round guillotine choke, right? But absolute war. Probably fight of the night against Connor Leste. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good right now. My hand is hurt pretty bad. I hurt it in the first round. Felt a punch hit. Felt my hand kind of dislodge a little bit, but I kept going. It was only really affecting me in the grappling exchanges, but I was still down to just let it fly. I just wanted to go out there and scrap, bang, get some experience. It's my first fight, and I just wanted to see what I could do.
Man, I can't imagine what that must feel like for you, where your first fight, you walk into the up next cage in a packed house, and it was the first fight of the night where everybody was on their feet. It was electrifying. You actually had some really good exchanges. You had put a lot of pressure on him in there. Tell me about your game plan going in to fight a guy like that with all that kickboxing experience.
I honestly didn't know much about the guy. I figured I would beat him in the grappling exchanges. I was doing bad with setting up my grappling exchanges. Not the best head movement. I was kind of just trying to pressure him down, bop, 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 get him against the cage, maybe get in and get some a nice sweep down to the ground, but ended up just going to war, dogfight.
And a dogfight it was, man. It was an honor to watch, like a real pleasure. You really, as a fight fan, this one is going to really be a legendary fight, I think, in the Up Next organization. I can tell you right now, what a scrap. Dude broke his hand in the first round and just stayed in there up until the almost end when he finished you. What do you think would be next for you? After, of course, you heal up a little bit. What do you want to do? You want to get back in there?
Of course I want to get back in there. I'm up for pretty much any challenge. I want to climb the ranks. I want to get some good amateur experience. I want to do this for a long time. My coach, Georgie, he pushes us to the limit. I know what it's like to be a pro. I know what it takes to get to pro, and I know I could get there.
I think you can. Well, you certainly have the heart for it, man. I can't imagine what a war like that would do for a guy going forward. I wonder, this is what I'm really enjoying asking fighters is, when you go through a war like that, what do you think you're going to take back to your family and to your team? It's not about just bringing home one more fight on your record. What is this going to do to your character going forward and build you into the future as a man?
I think I've always been a strong-willed person. I think my character has always been strong through the roof. So when I get in there, it's easy. I don't even think of it as war. I think of it as a privilege. I think anybody getting in that cage, you're privileged to be in there. You shouldn't think of it as war. You should think of it as a privilege. Pain's a privilege, getting punched is a privilege, and punching somebody's a privilege. So anytime you get to step in there, just be grateful.
Yeah, you get to do this. You got to walk in there. You got to break your hand, bro. You got to go fight another man in front of all these screaming fans. It must feel incredible. Please go enjoy the night, heal up, and we are really looking forward to seeing you in there in the cage again. That's Jason Jones. Do us a favor and shout out your IG and your team for us one more time.
Jason Jones, MMA. That's my Instagram. No dashes, no hashtags, no nothing. I'm Jason Jones at an OG Training Center in 10th Planet Riverside. Thank you to Georgie Karakanian, my teammate Izac Enriquez fighting right now, Israel Salazar, and Gus Zaldivar, and Arnold Jimenez. Thank you guys so much.
Man, thank you so much. It was an awesome, awesome fight. Probably fight of the night, in my opinion, so far. Good night, brother. This is Steven with Old and New Money Podcast. I'm here with Jared Turner. He's here off a victorious second round ground and pound TKO over Tommy Maurice. How are you feeling after that win?
I'm feeling great. It's always good to get a W, but it's even extra better when you shut up a crowd that's rooting against you.
Yeah, when he came walking out, there was like a ton of frat boys or something in the crowd here right now. And they were going wild, jumping up and down, sort of like chanting, "Fuck you, Jared," saying this pretty nasty stuff, right? So, man, you just shut them up fast. That must feel incredible.
Oh, man, it's awesome. Nothing like coming out to hear "fuck your name." So I love to come out on top. and a TKO and jump on top of that cage and shut him up. Let him know.
Yeah, it's like, you had almost like a losing position or something. You're coming into enemy territory, right? And then you just absolutely starch the guy. You're pretty dominant the whole fight, too.
Pretty dominant. Yeah, I won the first round. Second round, I knew he was going to try to take me down, kept stuffing him. And once I kept him on his feet, he couldn't handle the uppercut. So we love to see it.
So this is your second fight, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're undefeated.
Undefeated, 2-0, baby.
Oh, my goodness. So what is up next for you?
Man, I'm going to try to go 3-0. We'll probably be fighting here in another 2 to 3 months. Try to get back in the gym, get better, and only up from here.
Man, you didn't take any damage. There's not a scratch on it. He's just smiling, right? I mean, it's also he's got a spring in his step because you should have seen it. The crowd was actively hating on this guy, and he just put the man to sleep right in front of him. So congratulations on the win. Please, really, go have a drink. Enjoy this one. You really earned it. I'm a little jealous of that, to go in and to fight like that. It was awesome. So, yeah, we were really pulling for you here. So I'd like to get you on the podcast, too, man. Have you as an interview because you're the definition of a rising star.
Appreciate it. Yeah, well, I'd love to get the info. We'll do something next. And yeah, like you said, time to turn up, time to celebrate.
Yeah, go enjoy it. Make sure to shout out your IG and your team for us, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Will do. Thank you, man.
Tell us how we can find you.
Yeah, at JARREDTURRNER, at Jared Turner. Also follow Switch Fitness. That's where I train out of. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
All right, Jared Turner with a really satisfying win. Have a great night, my brother. Yeah.